Well, with today's news, we have now created nearly 10 million new jobs since I took office. Nearly 10 million jobs, the fastest growth in all of American history. In August, we also saw that the share of Americans who are working on our economy went up. Economists call that labor force participation rate. Working age women are now, for the first time, back at work at rates not seen since before the pandemic. Wages are up. Unemployment remains near a 50-year low. And yesterday, we got data that showed that manufacturing orders were up, but cost increases in supply chain items were beginning to ease. The week before that, we got data showing that price increase.
Patriotic duty to get their shots.
It's your choice. Your choice is not just a choice about you. It affects other people. You're putting other people at risk. Your loved ones, your friends, neighbors, strangers you run into. And your choice can be the difference between life or death.
To bolster the fight against Omicron, Biden announced the opening of more federal vaccination and testing sites and said some 500 million at-home rapid tests will be available to Americans for free starting in January. He also said that some 1,000 military medical doctors, nurses, and medics have been deployed to support hospitals already being overwhelmed by COVID-19 patients in some areas. Biden added that Omicron is so contagious that it will infect vaccinated Americans, but that they will be far less likely to become seriously ill.
The Ukrainian military said it launched a long-awaited counteroffensive to take back territory from Russian forces in its south on Monday, bolstered by weaponry supplied by the West. Moscow acknowledged the offensive by Ukraine near the city of Kherson, but also said it had failed and that Ukrainians had suffered significant casualties. Meanwhile, Russian shells bombarded the southern port city of Mykolaiv. The city's mayor said homes had been hit and at least 2 people killed. Reuters spoke to one man who barely survived but lost his wife.
I was in this room. I was in this half of the building, and I was watching the football review. It hit, and the wave went along the side of the house, and it didn't destroy it. I was lucky.
This latest Ukrainian offensive comes after weeks of bloody stalemate in the war. The conflict broke out when Russian troops poured over Ukraine's borders in February in what Russia calls a special military operation to rid Ukraine of nationalists and protect Russian-speaking communities. Ukraine calls it an unprovoked war of aggression. Thousands have been killed, millions displaced, and the scale of fighting is larger than anything in Europe since World War II. Russia captured much of the south early on. Now Ukraine's using sophisticated Western-supplied weapons to hit Russian ammunition dumps and wreak havoc with supply lines. A spokesperson for Ukraine's Southern Command declined to give details of the counteroffensive, saying Russian forces in southern Ukraine remained quite powerful.